What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'd like to talk about what the Workday interview process is like for all of you aspiring Workday consultants who are coming out of college. I'm Eesen, a proud graduate of the University of Southern California, and I work as a consultant for Workday full-time, but in my part-time, I mentor students and I help them land jobs and internships. I'm lucky to have interned for Workday before joining them full-time, so my interview process was very different. I spoke to a few of the newer consultants, and one of my friends, Jane, was kind enough to tell me what the interview process was like for her. And Jane is someone who will be starting as a consultant in February 2020, so she's been through the interview process very recently. Logistically speaking, I'm not sure how different the interview process will be because of COVID, but I'm sure that the questions that you'll be asked will be somewhat the same, so here's hoping that you can prepare well for those interviews. So her first round of interviews took place at the Career Center at the University of Michigan, which is where she went to school, and it lasted 40 minutes. And these were pretty normal behavioral questions, and she told me that they were actually pretty casual. Some of the questions include, why this role? Why Workday? Jane got kind of lucky because she was actually interviewing with an alumnus from the University of Michigan. And after those initial questions, it was more about how she enjoyed her time on campus. So pretty straightforward. I would just say make sure that you can answer behavioral questions pretty well before you go into that interview. Number 2, this is where things really got pretty rocky. 4 back-to-back interviews lasting about 3 hours in total. She told me that each interview lasted about 40 minutes, although her longest one was an hour. She got 2 15-minute breaks, and one of her interviews actually cut into the break, so her advice is to get a snack and to use the restroom before the next round. What she did was she also went on Glassdoor to see what kind of questions were being asked, and they again were behavioral questions. The hardest part about all this was having the stamina to continue for that long. Perhaps they're testing to see if you can still be composed, because consultants do have to work with clients around the clock during a regular workday. So maybe they're testing to see if you will have the stamina to continue acting composed and calm even after 2 hours of interviews. And then she had one last 30-minute interview with her future manager. And it sounds like the point of this interview was to see if she was actually interested in working as a consultant for Workday, or if this was just more of a safety job to have in case her other jobs didn't pan out. So that right there is the whole Workday interview process. And the whole thing took about a month. What's nice is that Workday will also tell you who your interviewers are going to be. What I'd recommend you do with that information is to look them up on LinkedIn, maybe reach out to other people who work at Workday to see if they can help you maybe answer some of those behavioral questions. For example, if they ask you questions like, why do you like Workday, or what makes you want to start your career at Workday, you could potentially talk about how you've heard such great things about the company culture and reference what other consultants have said. And doing your LinkedIn research will also give you a good idea as to who this person is and maybe ask questions based on their background. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you have some more clarity and some insight as to what the Workday interview process is like for consultants. I'd love to hear your thoughts, feedback, and suggestions in the comment section below. And with that, I'll talk to you soon.